So I've put my microphone through my ring light because I don't have a stand for it yet. Perfect. Genius. Anyway, hello. My name's Anusha. If you're new here, hi. I'm a musician, I'm a songwriter, and I'm a vlogger apparently. I thought I'd dress for the occasion, say Death to 2022. I beat your Netflix, I think. I should really research that, but whatever. Yeah, if you're new here, hi. Thank you for coming to my channel. If you're back, thank you to the 5 people that have been supporting me. I thought I would embrace my gothness today, embrace the feeling that I have been like feeling for the past 12 months. Anyway, so this year has been a little bit of a shit show for several reasons. Some of it is to no fault of my own. Some of it is to Boris Johnson, thank you, you fucking dickhead. Some of it has been due to just a lot of falling outs. I feel like this year was a rebirth, which I hate that I have gone through so many regenerations as a person. Like, I'm 24, I shouldn't have to go through so many stages, but that's life, apparently. I don't think I've properly sat down with it and like really thought about what I've gone through. I've just kind of just accepted that that's the thing that's happened and we moved past it. But it's been a lot. Like, I've almost made a new set of friends, which has been lovely. I've had to take my music career into a different direction, which I didn't want to do, but I was kind of forced to do because, again, thank you, Boris Johnson. I've lost a lot of friendships, people who I thought were going to be in my life for not a long time, but you know, for longer than it actually was. And it was quite upsetting. But again, I've gone through friendship breakups before. I know how it goes. And yeah, just a lot of breaking down and building yourself up this year. And I've had to continue to put on events, even though, you know, one event I put on in October, we had a Halloween event, was a My Chemical Romance event, which was in tandem with the Passion Project, which is an organisation that I run. I've been running it since 2019. It's been something that I've done to help marginalised artists like myself to like gain access to resources, gain access to performing opportunities, which is something that I put on usually, but if I know somebody that is like helping or helpful, I'll send them along that way. And that has been the Passion Project as a whole. And yeah, we put on a My Chemical Romance event. Why? Because I like My Chemical Romance. I like My Chemical Romance. There you go, I said it. I brought tickets to see them in 2019 and then the pandemic happened. I'm still not bitter, but that's fine. Yeah, no, so yeah, I like My Chemical Romance. A lot of people were shocked. I think a lot of people were shocked that I would just be so gung-ho, like, yes, we're watching a My Chemical Romance performance. And especially because the event was to do with disability and feeling displaced and feeling isolated and whatever. A lot of people were kind of didn't see the connection. Why did I do that there? And I'm going to explain that to you right now. Just trigger warning, I'm going to be talking about death and a few of them things there, but hopefully in a fun way. So don't worry, I won't be going too deep into it. If you don't know who My Chemical Romance are, shame on you. I'm so sorry. Pause this video and please go and listen. You may love them, you may not. Just listen to 2 songs, they're like Marmite, okay? They are an American rock band, not a punk band apparently, from New Jersey. New Jersey is a place that exists. That's all I know. I'm British, I'm not gonna try and be ignorant. Anyway, if you don't know about rock and punk and those things there, it's kind of like counterculture. Like, originally it had a very anti-capitalist, anti-authoritarian, whoa. You say that for me, Google. Pronunciation. Anti-authoritarian. But yeah, it had a very anti-authoritarian origin. Maybe not so now, but that's a conversation for another day. They made an album in 2006 called The Black Parade, and I absolutely adore that album so much, and for so many reasons. Partly just because it is a theatre kids album. I was supposed to be a theatre kid until somebody said that black people would never get any main roles in theatre, so I gave up. And now I just do stupid shit on the internet. You know, Liza Minnelli's on there. There's a song in 3 time. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Also, I think I love how casually it talks about death and illness and loss and love in ways that are easy to understand, but not necessarily corny. The jury's out on that one though. Yeah, no, it kind of encompasses a lot of topics and subjects that you wouldn't necessarily get on just one album. Like, it would have, there's usually like 3 lines, and this album just is all over the place, even though there is a whole theme, which is death essentially. And it was supposed to be their last album, so it was supposed to be like, the Black Parade are dead, we're done, the end. And then they were supposed to go off on their separate ways, but they released another album after that, which was okay. So yeah, anyway, I was thinking about what I wanted to do for a Halloween event. Wasn't really getting a lot of responses because there are like Halloween themed artists or scary artists, so to speak, but I didn't know how to convey that to people. And then someone said, why don't you do My Chemical Romance? And at first, funny enough, I was against it. I was a bit like, nah, I love My Chemical Romance, but not everybody likes My Chemical Romance. But then my friend Zalika brought up a really good point, and it's something that I want to talk about a little bit and explore, is think about the Black Parade, but from a black context. And that kind of blew my mind, because when you break it down just to like its bare bones, the song is so different. Like, if I said, okay, Anusha, I'm going to do a cover of Welcome to the Black Parade, and I did the video, and I got the person from Insidious, I think.
Nope.
I got a scary horror person to star in my video, it would be received very differently and remembered very differently than it is from a white band. Before I carry on, this is not a video that I want to invite Jared Way to the cookout. It's just, I'm not that person. Even when you think about the word parade, you know, I'm acting like there's going to be a word here, but I'm not very good at the video editing. But the word parade, what would you call it when a group of black people gather in the street and celebrate or commiserate the death of somebody or the life of somebody? What usually happens, especially in this country called Great Britain or the UK, what would happen when black people would gather in the street? Not good things. But yeah, no, it's even that, like just the title, Welcome to the Black Parade, there's so many different things that you could explore with that. Even death, like, what does it mean to die as a black person? What does it mean to socially die as a black person? Are we already socially dead from the jump? So it's like, does it even matter? There are so many questions that you could bring in, and I'm not going to go through it today because I'm not a sociology teacher. But for me personally, I think where it hit home was Anusha is experiencing a social death within society, and we are in a mass disabling event, aka the COVID-19 pandemic. And what does it mean to be discarded by society, even more so than you were before? What does it mean when you are experiencing loss in all different areas of your life and you're having to almost laugh through it? Because what happens to hysterical people, again, hysterical black people. And I do think, for me, and this is just a personal point, I think why I can go into the Black Parade with a different sort of headspace or escapism is because they're a white band. So I don't always think about that context when I listen to them. Sometimes it's just fun, a theatre kid's wet dream, so to speak. I should not be making myself laugh, I'm so sorry. You know, when you add all of that in, what does it mean to die? What does it mean to have faith and hope? You know, I'm not going to go through the whole album of the Black Parade and start being like, yes, so this lyric means this and this lyric means this. But it makes you think about the different frameworks that you can apply to songs when you're listening to them. Even the last song on the album, which I will point out, Famous Last Words, which technically is the second last song because there's like a hidden bonus track. The last song on the album, called Famous Last Words, you know, the chorus goes, I'm not afraid to keep on living. I'm not afraid to walk this world alone. I'm not gonna cry. So it's like, I'm not afraid to keep on living. I'm not afraid to walk this world alone. Honey, if you stay, I'll be forgiving. Nothing you can say can stop me going home. What's home? I can't believe I'm crying over My Chemical fucking Romance. Oh my god. But, you know, what does it mean to walk alone in a world that has discarded you? And I know in this song it's a different meaning of like death and being finally let free to, you know, whatever, or, you know, accepting that you've got to keep carrying on and stuff like that. But for me, there's a certain radical nature to all of this. The fact that, you know, disability, I'm still new to this. I'm still new to being disabled. I'm still new to figuring out how I want to maneuver in the world. I'm not always getting it right, but I think the whole album and what I'm trying to get at is that it perfectly encapsulates disability justice and radical action. The fact that unfortunately we are going to be experiencing a lot of death, whether it be social death, you know, the death of culture. Like, we're talking about Twitter is possibility closing down or whatever, but no matter what happens to Twitter, there is a death of culture there. And it's, disabled people have said that you know, there is a loss because there was so much COVID information there. And you know, I make all my friends on social media now, so like the idea of it going is scary. What does it mean to mourn a cultural death? You know, what does it mean to just mourn the death of things that you used to love, or things that you may not love anymore, people that you might not love anymore for several reasons? I talk about that a lot in my music. My single's coming out next year, guys. That's why I like My Chemical Romance, and this is why I like the Black Parade, because it helps me understand disability justice and it helps me contextualize it in real terms. But it's almost a safe space for me at the same time, because it allows me to escape for a bit. It allows me to understand how to move in the world, but in a way that's fun and campy. I could have just said that and just cut the video off, but I had to cry and go through all of that stuff. And that's why I decided to put on a My Chemical Romance event in 2022. So yeah, that's why I like the Black Parade, because it helps me contextualize things. It helps me understand what I'm going through at the moment. It helps me just deal with it. It helps me kind of just feel it. And not many artists have the ability to do that for me, so it's really lovely. So thank you for your support in 2022. It has been a shit year, not one of my top 5 years. I hope you all are well. Please stream my music. I've got 300 streams on my remix in a month. Was not expecting that, but yeah, look after yourselves, stay safe, please wear a mask, or if you can, get one of those little air purifiers that you bring around with you, because the air is, yeah. So apparently it cut off. Have a lovely Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever. Sending love to you all, and I'll see you next year. I can't wink, sorry.